Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another excursion into beauty. Absolute beauty. Yeah, this looks good, guys. I have fished this river years ago, way upstream. I've never fished it this far low, so I know what I'm getting into. And lots of browns, lots of rainbows, no brook trout. We're looking at, I'd say, lots of 8 to 10, 7 to 10 inchers. I have caught 16 inchers out of here in the past, quite a few 15 to 14 inchers. So it can produce some decent fish. I'm sure there's an 18 running around here somewhere. Be nice to find him today. Anyway, glad you guys join me. Let's go fish. Oh yeah, I'm using my Orvis Silver Label. This is a late 90s, maybe even early 2000s rod. It's a 9-foot 4/8. You notice it says mid flex. What that means is it flexes mostly like in the halfway to the tip. So it's like a medium. I wouldn't call it a medium fast. I call it a good medium action rod. It's a lot faster than my little 7.5-inch Rocky Mountain. But this is a bigger river. It's not as tight. So the 7.5-footer stays in the car. Anyway, let's get cracking. Okay, I'm gonna start off with this little yellow jacket fly. Most of the hatches are done with. It's summer, it's July, it's mid-July. And so now it's more terrestrials, at least if you're throwing dry flies, which that's pretty much all I do. Is that beautiful or what? This is one of my favorite streams. You could say this is one that I learned to fly fish on, or I learned to trout fish, fly fish for trout on. Oh yeah, okay, that's more like it. Oh, nice little loop, Derek, in your leader. No way to go. Okay, we got ourselves a little fish, a little brown. Looks like, oh yeah. Yeah. Now this is a dingster for this river. Nice colors on that brown. That's what I was looking for. But we need a couple of 3-4 more inches, guys. How did I do this? How did I do that? I'm good. Well, what do we know so far? The little creek chubs like the yellow jacket, and the 7-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch brown trout like the yellow jacket. So maybe I'm on the right course. I don't know. Years ago, I was fishing this really heavily fished catch and release river, very famous river, and it was fall. And there was, man, the fishing pressure was horrible. These fish are smart. Anyway, I noticed a guy I was talking to had a soda can. There's a yellow jacket. It was on his soda can. I was like, dude, you might not want to drink out of that. There might be one in there. And I got to looking around. There's yellow jackets crawling all over the place. And they were dying in the fall and the winter. I think a lot of them die off. You'll see them just not flying, just kind of crawling on the ground feebly. I thought, you know what? I'll type a yellow jacket fly. Man, I got in that river that's heavily pressured. Lots of big fish. And I just flat tore them up. And it's because nobody's throwing yellow jacket flies. And that time of year, there were yellow jackets everywhere, falling in the water. The fish know it. Water is a hair dingy. But then we had scattered thunderstorms last night. And probably upstream, they probably got it. But it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. Well, and that fish came up for the dry, so I obviously didn't mess him up. Yeah, I'll try like a beetle later, maybe a hopper. Hey, Derek, there ain't a whole lot of grass around here. Why would you get grasshopper? Man, grasshoppers just look buggy. You can be in places where there's really not much grass and the fish will still hit a grasshopper. I have seen that. Man, I would have swore there'd been a fish in here. There was one truck. There was only one truck in the parking lot. And that guy is either fishing like me, or he might be hiking. Started hiking here. Let's just hope he's a hiker, not a fisherman. Ooh, hornet's nest under there. Nice. Set the hook. Put your rod tip right in it. That'll go good. Oh, there he goes. Man, okay. Still ain't no size to him, but it's a trout. It is a little rainbow. Hate this sling pipe. Come on, fish. There we go. Well, I was worried somebody might have fished this in front of me, but you know what? I don't see any wet wading boot prints, and that's the obvious way to go up. Yeah, I may be good. It's funny is that last fish, he came up real slow and followed it downstream for quite a, oh, shoot. I think that was actually a trout, but he was not big. Okay, I'm going to type a very impressionistic grasshopper fly. No legs, just kind of looks like a little bit like a hopper. Not very accurate. See if it works. I'm thinking this will almost bring a reaction strike. So big. Probably none will hit it in this real slow water where they got all day to look it over. But when I get in those riffles, it might just work. You may have a big fish that won't come up for most things, but something this big might bring him up. If I don't get a hit on this thing in this pool, that's it. It's going. Go to plan B. No, actually this is plan B. Go to plan C. It's more like it. Yeah. Oh, a flash. Big flash under there. Big flash. Like he started to come up and turned away. But he didn't really get, he was probably 5-6 inches deep when he turned away. So I just saw the flash of the fish. Oh, that was, dang it, Derek. Pay attention. I should have had that fish. Okay. Holy cow, they actually hit this thing. That was a trout. And I missed him because I'm a numbskull. So I can't fish. Nah, he ain't coming back up for it. It's probably that same one that flashed. Okay, I got a bite on this thing. I felt him, so he really did take it. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. Might get a reaction strike from one. It is beautiful. Ah. Oh, nice one. But it was dragging. But a nice one came up and looked at it. Oh, same fish that had come up for it before. No, oh, no, oh man. He didn't even make a splashy rise. He just came up and sucked it in like it was a midge. Golly, that's a small fish. That was not, well, it's still a small fish, but not like those micros. Well, still lacking in the size department. If I can find this fish, here we go. Ah, rainbow. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm ready for that 12-incher. I think that nice one I hooked and he got off back there, I think he was somewhere between 10 and 12. Definitely better fish than what I have caught. The big one that got away. Well, what I can say is, in the southern Appalachian Mountains, this is the worst time of year to fish. I had rather fish in the winter. When it gets hot like this, they do get tough. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna drag like crazy immediately. Oh, that's more like it. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh man, that was a 12, 13-inch fish. Oh man. Well, I caught one on this thing, and I've had two that were on for a while and then got off. There's nothing in front of that hook. I mean, man. Oh, that was a nice one. I mean, 13-inch fish in this creek, that's a good one. You know, it's not a big one, but that's a good one. That's a solid fish. It's the kind you want to catch. What I'm here for. In the summertime, that probably a fish of the trip, maybe. Because you have a tendency not to catch the big ones in the summer. You're going to catch smaller ones. The biggest ones probably going to eat at night. As a matter of fact, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there's a famous river. It's got some really good brown trout fishing. And what they did is the DNR boys, they put they shocked up, and they only tagged 14-inch and above brown trout in this river. That's not far from here. I'm going to take you guys there in the fall, I think. Anyway, what they did was they had radio transmitters on them so they could see where they were. Come to find out, except like in the winter, those fish 14 and up, for the most part, fed at night. They actually sat there and watched these fish, and they watched fishermen go by, and those fish just would not eat. And they start eating at night. You know what the funny thing is? They'd be in a pool, and they would stay in that pool all year long. They would not move, except for spawning. And they would spawn, and this one trout, in one night, this one trout went 5 miles upstream. I kid you not, 5 miles upstream. And after he spawned, he went right back to behind the same rock. he always stayed at. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, your bigger fish, and there'll be brown trout in here. Oh, that wasn't a bad fish. That was not a bad trout. Ah, man. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. A little better fish, a little better fish. A little better fish. Look at the colors on this bad boy. Oh yeah. Look at the red and white on the fin tips. That's what I was expecting to catch. I also expect to catch it. Well, I had my chance at a couple of bigger ones than that, and I blew it, or I don't know what happened. You know what I think? I think I didn't set the hook hard enough. This is a bigger hook than I've been using for trout, and I think I really just need to get a better hook set. Well, I'm going to skip a lot of real riffle water. Luckily, the trail is right here beside the river. Very easy to get in and out of. I shouldn't have said that. I'll be in a spot I want to try to get out and I won't be able to. But anyway, oh man. Trail coming in wasn't too bad. It's got some climb, but it'd be all right. I think it's gonna be fine. I think I can get in here somewhere. Let's see. There we go, there we go, there we go. Good drift, good drift. For a while. And it worked. Oh, there he goes. Little rainbow. About what I've been catching. Man, they built me a place to sit. Look, isn't that nice? Sure, there ain't a hornet's nest under there. That would suck. Ah, man. Oh, it feels good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ah. Guys, it's beautiful. Yeah, this is actually a my size river, really. Now we're actually between two big, massive waterfalls. Downstream, there's a big waterfall. It goes right into a lake. And then about a mile up, maybe a mile, maybe a little more than a mile, there's a big, tall water. You're not climbing up it. It's insanely high. So I have fished, this is the first time I've fished down this area. Last time I fished here, I came down, went down the trail, went up the trail, probably about a mile from where I started, and then fished up. So I had never fished this except for today. Oh, it looks good. Man, all this looks so good. You guys gotta admit, I don't take y'all to ugly places. There we go, there we go. Ah! Well, he wasn't big, he was small. He came up, got right, there he goes. Got right under it and didn't take it. Another one. And it's not exactly what they're wanting. If I had any brains, I'd change something else. Look how they've chewed that thing up. They have flat chewed it up. Put on a little bit more accurate mayfly, more realistic pattern. See how that works on those same fish that turned down the totally, I don't know what you call it, impressionistic, not realistic, impressionistic small hopper pattern that they refused. Let's see what happens. Same fish. They didn't come up for it. I'll be dang. They come up for that hopper. They will not come up for this. Not in that water. That is amazing. I thought they would have come up and killed this thing. They ain't doing it. But they did come up for the hopper. I'm gonna try this for a little while. Got a real slick right here. You can try it there. If I don't get anything, I'm going back to the hopper. Okay, I broke that fly I just tied off. And it's still in the tree. And it's gonna stay there. And I'm going back to the little hopper thing. No, that was a trout. That wasn't one of them little peckerheads. Oh man. Oh, that was right in the right spot too. It was beautiful. I'm getting a lot of misses and refusals, but I'm also, it's action. I'll take it right now. Going back to the yellow jacket, this one I think is tied with good hair, unlike that other one. And yes, my hopper is still right over there in that limb. Oh, there he goes. It just disappeared. I didn't see a rise. It just disappeared. And I thought the current had tugged it under. And I said, well, Derek, just set the hook. And it paid off a little bit. That's a dink. That's a dink. That's okay. Dinks need love too, man. Dinks need love too. Not that it did me any good. That's it right there. Come on, fish. It's right, it's it right there, right there. They may have quit biting completely. That is a definite possibility. It is summertime. It is middle of the day. I'd like to see a 16-incher just blow up on that thing. Okay, I'd settle for a 10-incher right now. They have died, by the way, guys. They have died. It's summertime, it's hot. You got a couple of good hours in the morning, and then it's over. But sometimes you can still catch a few. I'm going to stick it out. Well, end of the trail, guys. I ain't doing that. Whew. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you enjoyed the content. It was a little bit tough in that summer heat. And man, by about 12:30, they shut down completely. And I said, you know what? It's time to go home. But instead of going home, I went and I did an equipment review video, wading boots. That'll be coming up next, probably. But anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching my content. Please comment, like, subscribe. And hope to see you guys on the water soon.